Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Wah. Hi. Are you guys okay? Have good day and all of the things. It's like 2 p.m. it's like the middle of the day. So I hope you guys are having a good day. Hello. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hello. Good morning, good midday, good 2 p.m. 2 p.m. doesn't count as the morning. It should, however. I woke up about an hour ago. Okay, technically, I woke up 2 hours ago. However, I don't think I'm awake yet. Way too warm, but otherwise a great day. It's kind of like a warmish temperature here as well. We're keeping an eye on it. My internet's been really funny for like 2 days. And I don't know why. So I'm really gonna hope that everything's fine. However, if everything cuts out from this stream today, know that it wasn't my fault, it's my internet. 11 p.m. here and I finished work about an hour and a half ago. Congratulations! You have a nice evening now. Yippee! Haha funny or weird funny? It was cutting out randomly last night, but only through like my Ethernet connection. Like my actual Wi-Fi was fine. It was just my Ethernet that was being weird, and it's been doing it for about 2 days or so. So I'm like, Gamba internet. We'll do our very best. So it will be hopefully okay. It should be fine. I can't imagine any situation in which, well, I don't think it'll cut out entirely. I think it'll just throw a bit of a tantrum. Just a little bit. It's not grandpa Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi is normally fine. Ugh. I think they've been... It might be a maintenance thing. It might be that they're doing like servicing on like servers nearby or something, and so it's like cutting out a little bit or so. Kana! Hi, honey! Thank you for the raid! Thank you, thank you! Hi, honey! How are you? Hello, raiders! Welcome in, welcome in! Hello! How was your stream? What were you guys doing? Hello, everybody. Some of you obviously know who I am, but for those of you who do not, wait, Kana, what's you're blue now. Hello. Hope you have a nice chatting stream. Thank you, honey. Thank you. Early morning fighting games today. Wait, yeah, I saw you were playing Tekken. It was either last night or it was this morning. Either way, you were playing Tekken at some point or another. Blue, that's my attack. Hello, raiders. I am Amora Lumina. I am part of EIEN Project's 2nd generation Haven, and I'm your local intergalactic princess. And it's 2 p.m. for me, and I woke up about like an hour ago, and I'm not awake yet. I'm still just existing. So we're gonna talk about a bunch of random things. It was Guilty Gear today. Ooh, I keep seeing clips of that, and it looks like a really, really good game. I keep seeing the animation for it specifically, where people will show off all of like the idle animations that all of the characters do. Oh, it's gorgeous. It looks like such a good game. Very anime. I keep seeing specifically clips of the girl that has like the living lollipop that is like also her boyfriend, and then also the vampire guy. I keep seeing clips of those two characters specifically. I don't know if that says anything about me or about Guilty Gear, but there we go. Princess can wake up anytime they want. Exactly. I'm not asleep. I'm awake when I mean to be. They're the two newest characters. Ah, that may be why. The vampire guy has some really, really good idle animations. I'm very ecstatic about it. Vampire got added to the game 2 days ago! Oh, okay. I might need to do some research into this game, perhaps. I don't know. Is it a key? Is he actually a key? He looks like a giant lollipop. That's all I'm saying. Oh yeah, Bridget. Bridget's the is she because I know that Guilty Gear is a series that's been around for a long time. And I know that Bridget was initially didn't they make her like canonically trans in recent years? There's like voice lines that confirm it or something. Yeah, there was I think they were originally a femboy, and then in recent years they changed the law so that now she's canonically a trans woman. Yeah. Because I keep seeing like edits of her edited to like Will Wood songs, and I'm like, oh, these people understand. I love it when series do that, where they just kind of like, where they span like a really long time, and so they get to build on like the lore. It's fun. I like stuff like that. It's very, very fun. I should have a look into it. Well, I got really into Smash at one point or another. When I can't remember which one it was. When the Smash came out for the Switch. Is Smash Ultimate? I don't remember what the names of them are. Anyway, I got really into them. Maybe I should try more fighting games. I figure I'd be really terrible at it though. Yeah. Get yo-yoed. Yeah, she has a yo-yo, doesn't she? That's how she messes with things. That's cool. I like that. I always like in fighting games how they get really creative with all of the attacks. How, it's never just like that guy has a giant sword and then he wields the giant sword. It's always like, oh, he has a giant sword that is also a gun. Supposed to discover it? Discovering it yourself is a process. Yeah! I love that for her. I love stuff like that. I kind of... This is why I love it when people do like fighting games where it'll typically be like a physical part of it's like their body that they'll fight with. I always find that really interesting, how they'll have like different powers and things. You get to be creative with how they fight. It's good. Let's be honest, a good number of things would be vastly more entertaining if they were also a gun. I think there's a scene in like an old movie at some point or another. It's like a James Bond parody, where they do like a fight scene in this like house or something. I cannot for the life of me remember what it's called, but they have like this fight scene in this house where every item that they pick up to fight with is also a gun. So like some dude will go cascading into a wall and he'll pick up a lamp that is also a gun, and then the other guy will dive for like a houseplant that is also a gun. And they just have like it's like a 4-minute fight sequence of them doing that. Sky probably played a lot of Xenoblade 2. I don't remember specifically. I think she got really into like Armored Core recently. Well, semi-recently. Recently is in like months. Isn't that from a comedy movie? Yeah. It's from like a parody or something. I think it's a parody. I think in the scene specifically they're parodying it, but I don't remember what it's called in terms of film. It was... It's something I saw as like a kid, but it stuck with me. I don't I don't know if you guys have that as well, where if you saw like little clips of things as a kid and then it just remains in your brain forever. Wah. Hello honey, welcome to the stream. What kind of color? I do not remember it for the life of me. I think I saw it when I was like 8 or so. I do not remember in any capacity. I think what's like scenes in films that have always stuck with me when I saw them as a kid? Oh yeah, there's like a weird horror movie I saw from like, it must be like the 70s or so. Maybe not the 70s, but maybe like the 80s. There's a film I saw as a kid where it's something to do where they have to like shrink themselves down in order to do like medical practices type of thing. But it goes horribly, horribly wrong for like 2 of the scientists or something, and then there's like a big fight scene where the 2 main characters are trying to like run away and like drive away, but the like semi-shrunk scientists that are still trying to get them are like in the back of the car. And they the reason that it really stuck with me is because they made these like Muppety kind of prosthetics for the fight scene. And it's just like weird little like Muppet hands that they're like fighting people with these like props on sticks. It's just really goofy, and it's stuck with me all these years. It's a film I saw like one time when I was like a kid. Scene from the horror movie, I think it was called The Cube or something. Oh, is it the dice scene right at the very beginning? The Cube is a fantastic film. They made a sequel to The Cube, and the sequel to The Cube is awful. Like Cube 2. Absolutely terrible. It's it's an affront to cinema. Hi honey, welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's the scene right at the very beginning. He like drops down into a room, and then like these lasers just kind of go like swoosh swoosh across from him, and he turns into like a bunch of human cubes. The first cube was great, the rest was a money grab. Yeah, but it is one of the most iconic horror movies of all time. So people reference it in a lot. People reference it in tons of different things. I think like Cabin in the Woods references it at one point or another. Really, really good film. I didn't know about the sequel. I think they made 3 in total. I think they might have made 3 in total. The thing that made the first Cube film so amazing is the fact that most of it is practical effects. They have like a little bit of CG in there for like lighting and like lasers and stuff, but everything else is done practically. So the reason why seeing this dude turn into like human cubes is so terrifying is because there's people that have made that into like a physical model to break apart on camera. It's really cool. Hi honey, welcome in. I love your model. Thank you honey. Thank you, thank you. I was designed by my own OSHI. So I won the Vtuber lottery. Then there is Hellraiser. Hellraiser's great. For practical effects, Hellraiser is fantastic. Oh my gosh. I think like, what's a practical effect in Hellraiser that's really good? I think the fish hooks, I think always stuck with me with Hellraiser, where, because all it is like a bit of extra silicone that's been painted to look realistic. But it's just, it looks so good on camera. Yeah, practical effects are always just so good in my brain. Hi honeys, hi. Yeah. Getting to know how they make special effects is always cool. Would have never imagined how many pineapples are used in sounds. Yeah, I love Foley a lot. Foley is one of the funnest things to do as somebody who produces like media, as somebody who does editing and things. Doing Foley and learning about sound effects and how they're produced, that's fun. It's really fun. Thank you, honey. Ugh. God, baby, thank you for the gifted, honey. Thank you. I like the effects in RoboCop. RoboCop's good. I think I've only seen RoboCop like once, I think. One time or so. Have I ever done Foley work? I've only done like amateur Foley work. I've never done it on like a production. I've only ever done Foley for like my own films. Or like edits and stuff that I've done. Or if I've done like audiobooks, I've done Foley for audiobooks. So very amateur, but it is really fun to do. Especially because of how like much audio engineering you have to do in order to make things sound good. Because you can take like, I think one of the best examples of Foley is there's a behind the scenes video for A Quiet Place where they show you how they made all of the monster noises. And they made tons of the monster noises by doing things like tasing grapes and then slowing that noise down so that it just was like the individual clicks of the electricity. That's really fun. It's really interesting. I highly recommend you look into it. You can find it quite easily on YouTube. Can't wait for the newest Quiet Place to come out. I liked the first one. The second one, I feel like they turned it more into an action movie than they did adhering to what made the first movie so special. I think like they could have just left the first movie as it was, and it would have been like a fantastic bit of cinema. I think they got greedy. Why a grape specifically? I think they explained it as because they had like gaps between the fruit that allowed it to like make a wider variety of clicks for it. So kind of interesting actually. Wah! Nagato, thank you for the super, honey. Thank you. I think I watched the special features to Lord of the Rings as much as I watched the actual movies. Yeah! I think I have as well. I love all of the vlogs that Peter Jackson has. He's got his own YouTube channel, and he has all of these vlogs that he puts together for the behind the scenes of him working on Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit and stuff. And it's just him and his crew just having a great time. Hi, honey, welcome in. Yeah. Especially the scene where the mom stepped in the nail. Yeah. Oh my god. That's pain. It's so pain. I think I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday about what things in horror movies really get to you, and I think for me, it's always stuff to do with skin. Like, that's the thing that always gets me the most. I don't really mind. I'm quite good with blood. I'm good with gore and things in horror movies anyway, because I can kind of be like, okay, well, this is happening now. It's fine. But it's the suspense leading up to the injury, and also, if anything happens to, like, skin that gets me real bad, like, if anything gets, like, burnt, or, like, any kind of body horror, yeah, ugh. It gets me really badly, because I think it's my brain just automatically associates it with, like, that's an injury you can live with. There will be no escape from that. You will feel that. So I can't watch, like Midsommar or anything, because that has, like, a ton of stuff to do with skin. I think I watched The Thing, like, twice. I have to skip the part in The Thing where they kind of merge together. Ew. Supernatural horror that gets to me more. Oh yeah, for me, supernatural stuff gets to me a lot. Whereas like, so for me, if it's like, oh, this person's being chased by a killer and it's just a man. This is what ruined the Saw trilogy. Well, not the Saw trilogy. This is what ruined the Saw franchise for me. The only thing I dislike about horror movies is how stupid the characters be and how often a lot of them have repetitive storylines. Yeah, but here's the thing with that. When you finally find a horror movie where the protagonist does everything correctly, that gets really bad. Because if they don't go towards the scary noise, and they do phone the police, and they do all the things correctly, and they still lose, that's even worse, because that's all the necessary steps that you'd take to live. The Saw franchise, it's very, very interesting. It's very creative. But the thing that ruins Saw for me, close your ears if you haven't. I will do a shaky. I'll do a shaky like this when you can unmute. The thing about Saw that ruined Saw for me is the fact that Jigsaw isn't a supernatural entity. He's just a guy. He's just a real vindictive, like, guy. Dude. Alright, you guys can come back now. You can unmute. There is no more spoilers. Predator was good for that. Fighting something with utterly alien intentions and ideals was an intriguing concept. Yeah! And then I feel like they kind of ruined the intrigue of that by doing, like, Alien versus Predator. Because, like, it's you turned it into a fight. You turned it into a spectacle. Eh? Thank you for the warning. Yeah, it's one of the biggest spoilers in the series, so if you haven't watched it, I didn't want to, like, spoil anything for anybody. That's why I always tend to be like, alright, cool, I'll do a shaky. As, like, symbols for when you guys can come back. I never want to just talk about things that are, like, major spoilers for things. Yeah, Alien vs. Predator straight through the horror out the window. I prefer to imagine that Alien vs. Predator doesn't exist. They made a game about it? Play as them and use their gimmicks in interesting ways. Ah, interesting. So. It's kind of like a weird one. I still, as much as I enjoy the concept of Alien and the Xenomorph, I still haven't been able to watch the first movie all the way through just yet. I still haven't been able to do that. I haven't been able to sit down and watch the film all of the way through. I had to watch it in segments. I had to, like, watch about 20 minutes of it, and then when it got too scary, I had to, like, get up and do something else for, like, 30 minutes and then come back. Alien's one of the only films that genuinely scared me that badly. I don't know if I've ever told this story on stream before. I might have done. I'm gonna tell it again either way. The first time I tried to watch Alien, I was 12 years old. My father, the king, he went through a phase. He went through a phase of deciding that I needed to be cultured, and so every week we would sit down together and we'd watch a film together. But he'd never tell me what the film was until we were watching it. And so one day we sat down together and he puts this film on and it's Alien. And already I'm like, I don't think I can watch this because, you know, I'm 12. And he goes, no, it'll be fine. You need to be cultured. I go, okay. We get about 30 minutes into it, and the only reason that he turned the film off is because I was actually crying and shaking with the blanket over my head. I was 12! He didn't do it again after that. We still, like, watched films and TV shows together. We just didn't watch anything that traumatizing after that. I don't know if he still remembers that, actually. Trial by fire kind of dad. Maybe he thought that I was ready for it. Apparently, I remember I asked him about it a little shortly after to be like, I'm 12, why did you think that that was appropriate? And apparently he watched it when he was 12. So maybe he just thought that that was the age that people were ready for watching Alien or something, but... Oh... To this day, I'm in my 20s now. To this day, I still have not seen Alien all of the way through. At least in one sitting. I've definitely seen the ending to it and all of the things. However, I have never been able to sit down and watch like the full 2-hour cut all in one go. To be fair to him, some kids are surprisingly good with that sort of stuff. I think maybe he thought I'd be okay because I'm quite good with like gore and stuff. Like, I don't mind, like, blood and things. I'm quite fascinated. I wanted to be a surgeon when I was a kid. I wanted to be a surgeon. So I'm pretty good with, like, blood and stuff. I find some parts of it quite fascinating. Maybe he just thought that it was, like, okay. Yeah. We watched Jaws. Like... In terms of other films that he watched with me in order to like culture me, it was Jaws was one of them. Jurassic Park was another one. I'm trying to think of what else we watched. We watched like a ton of weird shark movies. It wasn't just it wasn't just like Jaws, it was another one that was called like Ocean something or other. I can't remember what it was, but it was about like genetically modified sharks. And one of them got one of them blew itself up in an oven. It was not Sharknado. In an alternative timeline, we would have Dr. Lumina, maybe. I didn't go through with it because being in medical practice is a very, very tough job. And not because of the actual job that you do, but because of the way that the system treats you. It wouldn't have been a good fit for me. Was it Deep Blue Sea? Oh, no, I have to Google this now. Was it Deep Blue Sea? Yes! Yes, this is ringing a bell. Yes, this is ringing a bell with me now. Yes, it was! It was Deep Blue Sea. That was probably one of the weirder shark films that we watched together. Cause it's just stupid. It's just really bad. It's so unbelievably bad. Oh yeah, it's Samuel Jackson's in that film. They have like it's a really interesting way of doing stuff for like a little while, and then they have all of these action scenes of them trying to get out of the facility, and then they go into like the final battle against the sharks, and then they do that really American thing that American films do where they all start to like hold hands and pray together, and that just kind of took me really out of the film. I don't know why that like it was that specifically that I was like, okay, well this just ruins it for me now. Because they had like it was like a 5-minute segment of them all holding hands and praying while like very patriotic music started to swell in the background. Anaconda. Oh my god, yeah! Anaconda was an interesting one. Oh yeah, there's a scene, was it Anaconda? There's a couple giant snake films. Well, I remember around the movies how Samuel Jackson died. He died really terribly. He was standing there and he was about to give his like motivational speech, and then he gets killed really fast and really brutally the second he starts to do his speech. And it's like, oh, okay. They have a surprisingly good cast in that film. A really, really good cast in that film. I'm very impressed with it. Yeah, Snakes on a Plane was also a thing. Samuel L. Jackson is a fantastic actor. Yeah, I think Anaconda's definitely one of the big snake films. There's a scene in Anaconda where one of the guys gets... He gets... paralyzed, I believe. I don't know if it's a spider that bites him or something. Something bites him and he ends up getting paralyzed. And like one of the ladies in the films noticed and she goes, "Oh, you're paralyzed. I'll go get a doctor." And then she leaves him alone in the middle of this like jungle area. And then she comes back and he's eaten, he's dead, he's gone. And she's like, "Wow, how could this have happened?" And it's like, gee, I wonder. Goofy horror movies they're really fun to watch. I can see why people like it. On the plus side, he was no longer okay, that's a good point. You've got me there. 8-legged. I've seen 8-legged freak. I think I've seen 8-legged freaks. Have I? Yes, I have. I have seen 8-legged freaks. Yeah, because the CG in this film is absolutely terrible. They just have like giant spiders, which is just it's so bad. Scarlett Johansson's in that film? Why is she here? Why is she here? This is a surprisingly good cast. What is with like really terrible horror movies from like the 90s or like the early 2000s having really good casts? Wow. She's like 14. Is she 14 in that film? She did. Scarlett Johansson was the one in Lost in Translation as well, which I also thought was a really weird film. I thought Lost in Translation was a weird film when I watched it for the first time as a child, and then I went back and watched it again as an adult and was like, yeah, it's weird that this guy is attracted to this girl who looks like she's like 16. She looks like a child in this film. It's really, really weird. I thought it back then as well, and I still think it to this day. Yeah, she looks like a child. It's weird. Yeah, don't like that. Do not like that. How old was she when she did? How old was she when she did? She was 17! She was 17 when she did this film, and Bill Murray was 52. I don't think that that should be allowed. I don't think that that's okay. That's like a 30-year age gap. I'm not sure that that's appropriate. Yeah. Mm. Less of an age gap and more of an age chasm. Yeah. Gugh. Blame Woody Allen. We blame everything on Woody Allen, to be honest. He's very blamable. He's done a lot of things. Ugh. Movies before 2000 had a lot of really yucky casts and relationships. Yeah. It's, for some of the things that you will, like, watch, for some of the things that you watch as a child, sometimes you don't see things that are, like, wrong in the things, and then you go back and you watch other stuff and you're like, oh, now I see. And sometimes they have, like, interesting points to be made with it. Remember watching Splinter as a kid and being pretty creeped out by it. Oh my god! Wait, that's the film with, like, the black goo that, like, if it gets you, and you turn into this, like, weird spiky monster. Yeah, I watched Splinter as well. It was a little spooky. The only thing that was not good about Splinter was the fact that instead of, like, having a thing where you didn't see the monster, or did see the monster, they kind of wanted it to be kind of alien-y and found footage-y, where like when you did see the monster, it was like the cameraman was running away and being like, ah, it's the monster, which meant that there was no capacity for any kind of hand cam stabilization. So every time that the monster was on screen, the cameraman just had like a full seizure. By the end of the film, I was so motion sick. Yeah, the hand comes to life. It, like, gets possessed and goes all scuttling about. Yeah. I forgot about that film for like a minute. So, very, very interesting. Horror movies and like goofy horror movies are kind of interesting to me. Oh, what's that film where the wind is evil? What's the film where there's like evil wind or something? Or I think it's more so the tree, it's like they go through the whole film. Is it The Happening? Yeah! I like that I said it immediately and you all knew. Hi honey, welcome in. It is The Happening. Yes, it does have Mark Wahlberg in it. That's one of the worst horror movies I think I've ever seen in my entire life. It's so bad. The whole thing starts off with them being in like a cafe together and they're like having a nice meal, and then one of the ladies on the table next to them like leans over and is like, hey, have you seen this video of this girl jumping off a building? In what universe would that happen? Oh my god. That was another one I watched with my dad as well. And we both looked at each other after watching it and being like, oh. Okay. It's not even bad in a funny way, it's just bad. It is, because it's not even like goofy where you can be like, okay, that was a fun shot. It's mostly just them being weird about it. To be fair, the movie with the name like The Happening was probably destined to be an interesting cinema. Was it an M. Night Shyamalan movie? The Happening. Who? It was! It was an M. Yes. Yes, it was. Yeah, they have such a weird cast in this. Goodness me, yeah. Like, I think it's not a film that's really worth watching, per se, but it is fun. It's a film that you can kind of put on an evening, while you're at, like, while you have friends over. It's a film that you can put on while you have friends over so that you can talk with your friends about the film and make fun of it together. That's the reason to have this film. He had a brief redemption with Split. I think that was more to do with the performance of the actors than it was to do with his directing, not gonna lie. You can't accuse it of false advertising. At least things did happen. Yeah, sure, things did happen. Things definitely happened. Twilight movies is one of those punching bag movies. Yeah, I remember very specifically with a friend of mine watching Twilight on Halloween night one year and just getting rather tipsy about it. Because they'd never seen Twilight. This was their first time watching Twilight. And it was on Halloween while we were vaguely drunk. Which I think is the only way to watch Twilight. People that actually have no, yeah, Split is a terrible, terrible representation of actual DID. As a film and as an entertainment factor, it's very interesting. As a representation of a real thing that people have, abysmal. But that's just cinema in general. I don't think that there's like... Actually, I was about to say, I don't think there is really like a film that does mental health issues proper justice. But do you want to know a film that does give mental health issues real justice? Iron Man 3. How is it that Iron Man 3, of all films, gets mental health issues correct? James McAvoy there. Fantastic actor. Absolute fantastic actor. Iron Man 3 is one of the only films that I've ever watched that does genuine mental health issues correctly in terms of representation. And I'm so mad about it because it's not a good film. They like showed Tony Stark having a panic attack in Iron Man 3, and it's as someone who's had panic attacks before, it's one of the most realistic depictions of somebody having a panic attack. I'm amazed by it. I watched that film years ago and was like, huh? Out of everything that I've ever watched, how is it Iron Man 3 that's getting it right? I think I also liked the whole. I think I liked the moral of Iron Man 3 as well, which is that Iron Man isn't the suit, it's Tony Stark, and that's the real gem of it all. I like that. I like that moral. I wish the execution was a little better, but that's kind of what Marvel films became at that point in time. Have I watched Push and Boost The Last Wish yet? I have! I watched that with a friend of mine. I remember seeing the trailer and going through the trailer for it and being like, this looks like a fantastic story. Why does the animation look unfinished? And then I went and watched the film and I saw the scenes that they put in the trailer And the scenes that they put in the trailer was the demo footage. Huh? They didn't render the footage properly for the actual scene that they put in the film. They had demo footage for the trailers, which meant that the film was absolutely fantastic. But I can't understand why they wouldn't have, like, a finalized, finished shot instead of demo footage. Because normally in production, when you get the trailer, the film isn't finished. What they'll typically do is they'll take, like, the scenes that are finished for the film, they'll render it fully, and then they'll make the trailer out of that rendered footage. But they didn't do that with Puss in Boots. They just decided to have the demo footage anyway. Yeah. Must have been hectic at Marvel in those days, I guess so. Somehow that's the most DreamWorks thing I've ever heard. DreamWorks, they're kind of killing it at the moment. I feel like DreamWorks is making better films than Disney at the moment, which is almost kind of embarrassing, all things considered, because I mean, Disney owns basically everything, and yet everything that Disney has acquired recently, in recent years, ever since Disney acquires it, they just stop producing quality stuff. It's I don't hear good things about Kung Fu Panda 2. I hear fantastic things about Kung Fu Panda 2. I don't hear anything good about Kung Fu Panda 3. DreamWorks, as much as I love DreamWorks, DreamWorks has a trilogy curse. DreamWorks absolutely has a trilogy curse, where they will have a first film that is fantastic, they'll have a second film that is even better, and then they'll make a third film, and the third film just absolutely demolishes the cinematic excellence that the previous two had. Kung Fu Panda 3 and 4 are meh. Yeah. I wish that things were better. The only thing that is a redeeming factor for 3 is the fact that the villain is really good. Kai is a fantastic villain. Trilogy curse on everything, only a few actually survives. Some people say, I disagree with the notion that How to Train Your Dragon 3 was good, because it just wasn't. It wasn't. I'm sorry. If you liked How to Train Your Dragon 3, I'm sorry. Middy, hi honey, happy birthday! Can we get some happy birthdays in chat for Middy? Happy birthday, Middy! Anything voiced by J.K. Simmons is immediately better. Oh yeah! Oh yes! Absolutely. How is How to Train Your Dragon bad? I love How to Train Your Dragon. I love How to Train Your Dragon. I love the first movie and the second movie. Yeah! Happy birthday, Middy! I love the first two How to Train Your Dragons. I love them so much. Genuinely, How to Train Your Dragon is my favorite movie of all time. I think it's one of the best films ever made. How to Train Your Dragon 3 disregards so much previous lore that they put into the franchise. There is so much character work that they just completely demolish in the third film. It's not a good notion of how things would work. Don't call me Middy! You can't call me out like that, She talked about How to Drink so often during pre-debut. It's my favorite film. It's my favorite film. But yeah. Oh, you talked about it a lot and it's cute. I have so many notes though. Favorite movies: How to Train Your Dragon, Name Every Dragon. Name every dragon species or every named dragon in the film? I can do both. Grunkle. Grunkles are good. I like Grunkles. I like that they're like... They had like a couple different ones. So they had ones for the show, and then they also had ones for the film. So they have different dragons depending on the actual show or the film. So they made up like a bunch of different dragons for the TV show. So they had things like the Typhumarang and stuff, and then they had like Titan versions of all of the dragons as well. What do you mean, here we go? Maybe it's because I haven't watched the third movie for a while, but I thought the characters weren't poorly written or anything. Rough Nut was terribly written. Tough Nut was kind of regular. Snotlat was written terribly. Snotlat was written absolutely abysmally. Astrid had like basically no time in the third movie to be Astrid, but when she did have screen time, she was written pretty well. Eek. Guessing this would be your topic if you ever played in your own game show. Yes, I think it would be. I think the How to Train Your Dragon lore would be my subject. The twins having random super bursts of intelligence with the shrimp. Yeah. Because that's what they're like. They are genuinely intelligent characters. They just use their intelligence for chaos. They are dumb to basically everything, apart from when it comes to planning. They're really, really good at planning. How do the genmates movies never really cared about the TV shows? They did a lot of interesting stuff in the TV shows. So they had, I think they had 3. They had 3 if we exclude the really terrible one where they had the thing in the future. We all pretend that that never happened. Yeah. You're as beautiful as the day I lost you. If I fall in love and they don't say this to me on a daily basis, I don't want it. I don't. Yeah, it's, the show is very, very interesting. They had the first one that was pretty good, where they introduced a lot of characters. The thing that they introduced like tons of characters into the actual TV shows, and then they just never show up in the films. It's really funny. They also... They utilize really obscure characters in the books to make characters in their TV shows. Like, Dagger wasn't necessarily super obscure, but they never introduced, like, Cammy at all, even though she's, like, a huge part of it. You're as beautiful as the day I lost you. I just wanted to get a cornet of cheese. Me leaving to get a glass of water and then coming back. Yeah! That's what I want. Thank you very much. That's what I want. That's love. Screaming Death is a hype-looking dragon. Yeah! They have all the teeth and stuff. I love how Screaming Death, they're the tunnel dragons, so they're like underneath Burke the whole time. Which is cool as heck. They're really, really, really fun-looking designs. It's good. Dagger's sister was a damn boss. Heather? Yeah. Heather's not in the books, I don't believe. But she's an interesting character. I liked her friendship with Astrid. Her and Astrid have like a really weird relationship. And then they kind of become best friends about halfway through, and I'm like, yeah! It's good. They have a good relationship. Cartoon Higher Brow is a game where you could apparently train them, but I could never get it to work. My computer was too laggy. I never played the games. I know that they had apps. They recently shut down one of the apps, and there was people who were like, no, my dragons, about it. So, there we go. It's definitely an interesting one. When did they shut it down? Like it must have been about 2 years ago that they shut it down. But I remember people on TikTok were like, my dragons! What's gonna happen to my dragons when the servers close down? Meanwhile, it's a game that's been running for like 10 years. Oh boy. Mind you, do you guys remember when Club Penguin closed down? Oh, I stuck around online for the end of Club Penguin. Yeah, you just got yeeted into digital limbo. Yeah. Oh man. I loved Club Penguin. Club Penguin was good. I think there was like, there was a couple like online pet games that people really liked. I know that Moshi Monsters was one of them. I remember I quite liked Moshi Monsters. I know that it's still going now, but it's like a cancer filled with adverts now, unfortunately. I was never into Neopets, which, yeah. I know that tons of people were super into Neopets, but yeah. When Disney closed that gaming branch, it destroyed so many cool games. Yeah, it did. I remember Club Penguin. They had like a fan version of Club Penguin. They had like Club Penguin like reimagined or something like that. So I don't remember specifically, because I know that they shut it down because of lawsuits, but I don't remember if they kept it around. The one with the private servers? Yeah! I think they had like a really terrible lawsuit happen where they were like, yeah, we can't keep this around anymore. No. Sad. Club Penguin was fantastic. Then they made a really terrible version of it that was like an app, which was like Club Penguin Island, and it's just terrible.
2 hours and 8
Grew up on Skylanders in the Wii. I always wanted Skylanders, but I never had it. Grim, thank you for the 4 months, honey. Thank you. Congrats on we hit 11? Eh? Why is it always during stream? Why does it always, what? Oh my god, thank you! Why does it always happen during stream that we hit like a new milestone? Thank you everybody, thank you! Yippee! Because your fans are dedicated. I appreciate that. Every time. Every single time. I feel like you hit 10k last week or something. Yeah, I had planned to do a stream celebrating it. Grandson to ground, thank you for the 5 gifted. Thank you. Thank you. Wait, you got MIDI.
honey.
You got MIDI. You sniped MIDI. Let's go. Yeah. Get sniped. But yeah, I had a stream planned. I had a stream where we were gonna celebrate 10k. And now we have to celebrate now 11k. Thank you. Anyone else remember Nintendogs? Oh my god. I love my Nintendogs. Something happened to my DS, but I don't have my childhood DS anymore. Oh, I should get Nintendogs. I want Nintendogs. I might buy that. I'm pretty sure I can get a cartridge of Nintendogs somewhere. I have to be able to. I had the Dalmatian one, I think, as a child. I can't remember what it was specifically. I think I had the Dalmatian one. Stole my original DS and I'm still mad about it. No! I can't remember what happened to mine, but I had a pink DS Lite as a child. There was a I'm pretty sure there was a Dalmatian one. Was there a Dalmatian one? It was! It was Nintendogs Dalmatian and Friends, and that was the one that I had because I loved Dalmatians as a kid. I don't know why, they were just like my favorite dogs. There's always emulators. There is always emulators. I have to check on if I can use that though, because there's like a weird grey area for perms for emulators, so I'll have to check. I don't know why I like Dalmatians so much. This is when I was very little. I was about like 6 or 7. So yeah. Years later, I went back and bought, I think this must have been with like one of my first paychecks that I ever got. I went and bought myself a second-hand DS Lite. I bought a white DS Lite. I had a pink one originally as a child. But it was, I think that with like one of my first ever paychecks that I got, I bought myself a white DS Lite. So that I could, relive my childhood. I think, what was... Oh yeah, I also bought myself a copy of Pokemon Platinum, and my friend had a copy of Pokemon Pearl, and oh, I remember we swapped them. I remember we swapped them very specifically. So like, my childhood best friend and I, we swapped our like DS Pokemon cartridges on one of the last days that we were in school together. So I still have the Pearl version and she still has the Platinum version. And every time I play it, I think about her. It's, I don't know, it's nice to think about. We're still friends, we still talk. We just don't see each other very often because we live very far away from each other, but there's something nice about having something solid to remember your childhood friendships with. Yeah. What starter did I pick? I think it was Snivy, I want to say? Oh, wait, no, that was for a different one that I had. For Platinum and Pearl, I think I picked Turtwig, I want to say? Was it Turtwig? Yes, that was for Black and White that I played also as well. Yeah, it was Turtwig that I picked, because that was the grass type that I had. In my original playthrough, I picked Piplup. And I had an Imperial that I just absolutely demolished everything with. My goal in Pokemon when I was a kid, and is my goal, is just to over-level to the point where absolutely nothing can defeat me. I've never finished a Pokemon game before. I think, I tried to finish a Pokemon. I think I got about halfway through as a child, and then I got really distracted because I desperately wanted to catch a Baneri. And then after I catched the Baneri, I was like, alright, cool, I'm done with this. So, interesting. I just remember as a child, finding a shiny, but I didn't know that shinies were like a thing, so I thought that my screen had glitched. And I think I restarted my DS to try and fix it, because I thought the LEDs had like messed up or something. I didn't know what shinies were. So I think it's only looking back on it when I found out years later that I was like, oh, that's what that was. Yeah, people spend hours and hours and hours of their time resetting games to get shinies. I don't know. Love your Pokemon, people. Don't love them because they're special colors. Although, to be fair, nothing makes me madder than seeing the shiny type for Leafeon. Here we go. Nothing makes me madder than seeing the regular and shiny versions of Leafeon. I am so angry about it. It's just... Oh yeah, you got sniped, Midday! Can I find a difference? Yeah, here we go. Somebody's done like their version of stuff. I'll just cut it. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Here's the regular version of Leafeon versus the shiny version of Leafeon. That's the same picture! It's the same image! Do you want to know what's crazy to me? What happens to leaves when they die? They change color. They go orange and autumn colored. They couldn't have just done that? He was in the sun for like 5 minutes longer. Couldn't they have done like an autumn Leafeon? It's right there. It takes you like 2 minutes to think about it. Dude. It takes like 2 minutes to think about it. In fact, the version of this post that I've taken, this person did their own version of it. That's how it should, maybe a bit more orange, but that's how it should look. Just be autumny. Game free. I don't know why. I know why, but they couldn't like do updates or anything. Cause like the shiny version of Espeon sucks also. I don't know, it bothers me. Cause I wouldn't even mind if they'd like backtracked or anything. Namikaze, thank you for the super, honey. Thank you. It just be no. It's sometimes the obvious answer is just the best option. Yeah. Oberon has a fantastic shiny. It really does. Yeah. I think like I wouldn't even mind if they backtracked to be like, hey, the original way that we did this sucked, so we decided to change it. Like, it's... I don't know. I wouldn't even mind if they backtracked. It's just... Oh, I want things to look better. Shiny Espeon's grown on me, but a really nice faded orange would be so pretty. Yeah. Amira's probably one of my favorite evolutions. Sylveon is mine. Sylveon is my favorite evolution. Sylveon's one of my favorite Pokemon in general. Sylveon is just pretty. Ugh. Best shiny for me is still Charizard. That's a good pick. Jolteon's good. Jolteon is just, he's a little spiky boy. I love him. Jolteon's really, really good. I think, like, I think what really needs to happen with Pokemon games is that they need to take more time. I think desperately trying to release a new Pokemon game every year isn't sustainable. It's really, really not, and it's pretty obvious that the quality has gone super downhill because they're not taking the time for it. So, I think they need to take more time on their games. People are just buying... They've realized now that people will buy anything. So they're just not putting in the time and effort to make things quality anymore, which isn't how it should be. They should respect the clients more. That's what a release schedule is. What did Assassin's Creed in? Not from where I'm standing. That's still a hyper successful series. Like a multi-million-dollar series, AAA game. Ah yes, that's what did it in. 2 or 3 years from between generations from the start. But yeah, it's... I think, like, taking time to make sure that the quality of a game is better. They learnt, I think, a little bit after... What was the most recent one that they had? That was absolutely terrible. It was like a terrible glitchy mess. They learnt a little bit. And then they, like, remade Platinum to be 3D. And then they did some other stuff as well. The last good Assassin's Creed was Unity. What was the series for that? Let's see. Oh, Unity was 2014. Ah. Okay. That's a... Oh my god, 2014. 2014 does not feel like 10 years ago. I don't like that. Hearing that you made my bones crack, yeah. I don't like that. That was when Five Nights at Freddy's came out. I don't appreciate that. But was almost a decade old without the PC port. Oh my god. I always like misremember the date for that because I always remember. Because I always remember FNAF is coming out in 2016, but it didn't. It was 2014. What FNAF game came out in 2016? Was it the second one? What came out in 2016? Nothing, apparently. Oh no, it was. It was Sister Location. Sister Location was 2016. I see. What on earth? Okay, so the first FNAF game came out on the 8th of August in 2014. And then a few months later, on the 11th of November, the second one came out. That is an insane turnaround. Because I know that it's like a very, very similar game in terms of mechanics, maybe a few updates in it. But like, that's still making an entirely new environment. Wow, that's really, really fast. Yeah, no wonder he's retired. I mean, I say retired. He's still making games from his retirement. Scott doesn't mess around. He really doesn't. Think what was... Let's see. He has a fancy door, so I'm assuming he's done well. He's as retired as MatPat is, which is the same as like, he doesn't do the main stuff now, but he still does stuff in the background, which I love that for him. He still does like charity events and all kinds as well, where he'll do like events that bring light to like fan game makers as well. Because I watched a documentary style video recently on FNAF fan games, and one of them was like One Night at Flumpty's, which I already knew was a really, really good fan game. I didn't realize how much effort went into making that kind of a fan game. First 2, maybe 3 FNAF games are entirely 2D and just use stretched out images as environments. Yeah! I love that though. That's the simplicity of it. FNAF is a really simplistic concept. It's just executed fantastically. I don't know. I'm very impressed by it. I think like... Sister Location still gets me. In terms of like... I can't personally play FNAF games, and we've realized this, that I can't even play them on stream because of how badly they get me. But normally, if I can't play a game, I can at least watch a playthrough of a game of somebody else playing it and be like, okay, look, it's somebody else doing it, so I can sit through it. Sister Location is the only game in the FNAF series where I was not able to watch even gameplay of it. Sister Location got me so badly in terms of spooks that I couldn't even watch like a Markiplier playthrough of it. That's how badly it scared me. 4 was spooksy because they went out on the designs. That makes sense. They really went very they went very hard. We obviously don't want to see you have a panic attack on stream. Yeah, we had to sit on the floor for a little bit. I recovered. We recovered together. I can never get into FNAF, but I love the lore. Yeah, I love the lore as well. I think like it's very all over the place because obviously Scott wasn't expecting to make as many games as he did. A yawn got caught in my throat. He was expecting to make like a 1 game and then everything blew up. And now he has like 4, 8, 12, 11, 4, 8, 12, 13, 14. He has 14 games in total. There we go. 40 games in total, which is insane. Although, to be fair, are we going to count Freddy in Space? Do we count those as... Do we count the ones that he made for charity? Okay, alright, we are counting it then. Alright, that's fine. That works. He made it, so yes. That just implies that every game that he made is canonical. Ugh. Oh yeah, he also made like another game for when Security Breach was delayed, because he was like, oh man, people are gonna be really mad at me that Security Breach is delayed. Let me make a mini game so that I can like apologize and be like, sorry, Security Breach is taking so long. He made like a mini version, he made like a fighting game, like an old style fighting game for it. I don't think... What time is it? Okay. I can't stick around for too long. Because I have some stuff to do in the evening. I have some errands to run. When is Midday getting started? Because Midday's getting started... Yeah, Middy's getting started at 5 PM my time. It's her birthday. I'm very excited. I'm gonna do like a pre-raid into her in like half an hour or so. I'd do that. We'll be around for a bit longer, don't worry. But I'm gonna do a pre-raid into her before she starts. Less than 2 hours! I hope she's prepared. I love that fox. I will, yeah. I'll stick around for like another half an hour and stuff. But then that's like... that might be like the maximum I can maybe get away with. Before I gotta go do my chores and things. I gotta go run some errands, which is such like a weird thing. I also have to like prepare. For those of you who haven't heard just yet, I'm gonna make like a proper announcement about it tomorrow. However, I am taking a break next week. I'm officially taking a break. I will be gone for the first half of the week. I'll be around in the second half, but I will be gone for the first half. So... yeah, I'll be gone for a couple of days. Cause I was getting a little burnt out, is the thing. I haven't really had a day off since I went to go visit my family in ZUMI in February, I think that was. And even then, I was still working while I was with my family. So, I'm taking time next week to go away completely. I'm not gonna look at social media. I'm not gonna be around entirely. I'm just gonna go outside and do things and rest. So... Do you brothers? Yeah, my cousin has like a Fortnite gaming PC that I like stole to still do work on while I was in ZUMI in February. So yeah, for a couple days I'm just not gonna be online, so I have to like prepare a bunch of stuff. I have I have some shorts all prepared. I have some extra stuff prepared. I'm not even going to be gone that long. I'm just going to be taking a couple of days. I'm not even taking a full week. It's going to be like a couple days. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just going to have a break. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to eat some nice food. I'm going to hopefully spend time with Mama Q and things like that. So... yeah, no, like a real break. Like, I'm not gonna log on to work or anything. Like, I'm signing out of work. I'm signing out of work on Sunday evening, and then I'm gonna be gone for days. Can be a full week, you deserve more rest. I have plans, unfortunately, that I still want to adhere to for the second half of the week. But if I need more time, then I can talk to Manachan about it and be like, alright, cool, I need this. But yeah. I think it should be good. It'll be like a nice break. Yeah, I'm excited about it. Hard to believe though. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna force myself to do it. Yeah. Oh yeah, I put out the announcement just before stream, so no worries if you guys haven't seen it. However, Vtuber Mastermind is unfortunately postponed for the moment. It's not cancelled, it's just not happening tomorrow. We are rescheduling. A bunch of very last minute stuff came up for my wonderful, wonderful guests. And so, unfortunately, there is no possible way that we could run the collab. So we had everything was against me. But things happen. It's not anybody's fault. It's just the fact that this week was not the week for it. So I'm going to be rescheduling that when I get back from my break. I'm going to contact Lottie and Poco and ZUMI and Nabi for the reschedule and stuff. It's a, yeah, off-kai is such like a thing. I wasn't able to think about it because EIEN isn't at off-kai this weekend. I completely forgot that it was happening entirely. So that's a big one. But there was a bunch of other stuff as well that was unfortunately blockades for things. So sometimes stuff just happens. Sometimes there's scheduling errors, sometimes people have tech issues, sometimes people have stuff that happens unexpectedly. That's how life works. So I'm gonna get back in touch with my wonderful, wonderful contestants when I get back from my break, and we are gonna reschedule that for some time in the upcoming weeks. Will there still be a stream tomorrow? Yes. I just have to figure out what I'm doing for that. I don't know what I'll be doing just yet, but I'll figure it out. I will find something to do. I'll find a game or like a little activity or something. Yeah, I will do something or other. Everyone else is at off-kai though, another week or two of Conflu. Yes, this is why I'm not giving you guys like an official date to be like, hello, we will be doing VTuber Mastermind in 2 weeks time. This is why I'm not giving you guys a date. Cause things happen, and things happen the week after a convention. For anyone who's ever been to a convention, you guys know that the week after a convention is hellish. Is hellish on your immune system. Because nobody goes outside. Going to a convention is like the one time that everybody goes outside to like do things with other people. Yeah, Spectre, hi honey, welcome in. The immune system drop. It's like, do you know how like parents have like pox parties where they'll like have like one kid has chicken pox and then they'll get all of the other kids to like interact with that one kid so that everybody gets chicken pox at the same time? You know how they'll do that? This is like the adult Comic-Con version of that. We're all getting collectively immunized to the common cold. Yeah, that's a thing. What do you mean, eh? Yeah, real thing. Do you guys not know this? Yeah. Because everybody gets chickenpox at some point or another in their childhood, and that's how you get immunized to it. It's a real thing. Yeah. Is this why they didn't like Amora this year? I'm not this. Okay, I may or may not. Okay. I'm immunized, but I'm immunized to alien diseases. So maybe human diseases are totally different. Amora is filled with alien plagues. I want that on a t-shirt. I want filled with alien plagues on a t-shirt, and I want to walk around wearing that t-shirt. No, Amora, no! Don't drink the tap water, Amora! No! Oh my gosh. New EIEN merch dropped, filled with alien plagues. Yippee! Plague on stream? Oh yeah, it's Plague Inc., isn't it? I've had that game. Can I use the CEO's credit card to get Plague Inc? I want to kill humans. Can I use the CEO's credit card for this? Turned into a t-shirt, I would buy it. Birthday merch? Ayo. Leaked birthday merch? I don't know. I'll have a look into games to see what I can find or if there's anything that I can do tomorrow, and I will look into it to see what I can find. Pando, I think you play with your genmates? Yeah! I love board games a lot. I've made a few board games in my time. I don't know if I could convince my genmates to. Oh my god, could I convince my genmates to play one of the board games that I made? I don't know if I could. Because whenever I make a board game, I always make it so that you can digitize it relatively easily. So I always make like digital packs for everything. Yeah. I can certainly try. I don't know if I can though. I don't know if I can or if I'll be allowed. We'll see. We will see. Alright. Hang on. I'm gonna get a little bit more water. I will be back in a few minutes. Wah! I obtained the liquid that will keep me hydrated. Hello! Wah! CBD Woman, thank you for the super honey! Tabum, Diddlehead, Barrelos, and Nakato, and Bob, thank you for the 10 gifted honey! Thank you, thank you! Thank you, thank you! I appreciate it. I saw when I was getting my stuff set up again. Yeah, and so hello to a new person. Hello, hello. I am Amora. I am part of EIEN Project. I'm EIEN Project's local intergalactic princess. Are you guys really pulling the "you're as beautiful as the day I lost you"? Wow. Wow. Way to make your way into a girl's heart, huh? Should have been the super messages. You're as beautiful as the day I lost you. I'm saving it until after the break next week. That's a good choice. That's a really good choice. Yeah. I'm gonna miss you guys. I have stuff set up, so I will still be posting content and things. I'll still be posting shorts and some other stuff as well. I will still be scheduling all of my things on Twitter and things, but you know, I will miss you guys. But being healthy and taking a break is probably something I should probably do more often. I think it's a sign that I was like, hey guys, hey Luminauts, I'm taking a break. And instead of being like, no, Amora, don't go, we'll miss you, I was met with, yippee! Finally, our streamer is taking a break. I think that's maybe a bit of a sign, don't you? It do be like that. Love your design, by the way. Thank you, honey. Thank you, thank you. I was designed by Sky Shinryu, who is my senpai. So you can thank her for all of this. Yeah. Let me show you a full body. Ta-da! So you can thank my mama Sky Shinryu for all of the wonderfulness. She's very, very good at what she does. Mm. All this time I don't think you've taken a genuine break. I kind of haven't. The last time I kind of took an break, kind of, was in February. And I was still working on that break. It wasn't like I was with family on Zephydia. Wasn't like 3 days. I think it was. I was there for like 2 weeks. But I was still working while I was there. I was still editing stuff. I was still streaming. So I haven't actually had a day where I did not do some kind of work for EIEN. Kind of since I was hired. So So it is what it is. Have a good sleep, honey. Thank you for coming. Thank you. So yeah, me having a couple days off was probably overdue. Yeah, I'm surprised it took me this long to get to a point where I was like, okay, Amora, you're getting burnt out. Manchan was super nice about it as well. I think they were like I think they were glad that I was just like communicating properly to be like, yeah, I need to take a break rather than just like pushing forward. I think it was like a relief for that. Workaholic princess needs a vacation. I do a little bit. Oh, where's I don't have I'd like to go to a beach. I think I'll have to sort that, maybe. I don't know if I can do that, but maybe I'll see if I can go to a beach. Now, you talked about burnout before and you just went ahead and just did that. No, because I'm not burnt out yet. I'm getting to a point where I'm like, okay, if I do any more, you will get burnt out. The way that I've spoken about it previously is like, I can kind of tell when I'm going to get myself burnt out, so I can figure out a way to change things and make that all the way that it is. Yeah. Beach episode? Yeah. I don't think it's warm enough for me to wear like a cute swimsuit. Britain has beaches. Britain does have beaches. Some parts of the UK have fantastic beaches. Other parts, not so much. I don't know what a good beach to go to is, so I'll have to do some research, I think. Quispy princess inbound. I'm not gonna get quispy. I'm gonna have so many layers of SPF on. You're not even gonna be able to recognize me. I'm just gonna be like a big blob of sun cream. Mora will be lobster colored. I shouldn't have told you guys that. I never tan. I always stay paper white in every capacity. I never, like, whenever I get sunburnt, I just get crispy and lobstery, and then I like stop being sunburnt and I'm still the same level of pale as I always have been. Yeah. The British don't tan, they cook. This is true. This is very true. I just want to be able to be in the sun. Please. I want to be in the sun and I want to not die. Thank you very much. So, yeah, it be how it be. There's like no change with suffering in between. Yes, yes it is. Get an umbrella, Bora. I'm not walking around with a parasol. How weird would that be? I'm not walking around with a parasol. Unless I'm like in cosplay. Because there's something about being in cosplay that just absolutely... that absolutely changes my mindset on what I can and cannot do in public. There's something about cosplay that's completely different for that. Okay, me walking around with a sunburn is completely different. Completely different from me walking around with a parasol. Completely. Better than being a lobster. I feel like it's more socially acceptable to have a sunburn than a massive umbrella. Just cosplay on the beach, maybe. I don't even know what the weather's gonna be like next week. Could I even go to a beach? Is it even good weather? In Japan, it's more acceptable to be in cosplay or to have a parasol. Because I feel like parasol is probably, maybe, I don't know. Just tell them it's gonna rain. But a parasol and an umbrella are two different things. To have a parasol? Oh really? Is it more acceptable? Because I know that you can bring like big parasols to beaches and stuff where you can like mount them in the sand and have some shade, which is nice. Every time we went to a beach when I was a kid, we used to have a tent that we'd bring. It was like a beach tent. Waterproof parasol. I've seen a lot of Asian grandmas even use them in Canada. Really? Huh. That's something new to learn. Not everyone wants to use their skin as a shield. Maybe, I feel like in the UK, if I go outside on a sunny day and I have a parasol, I feel like I'm gonna get weird looks. Just saying. Never heard of anyone bringing a tent to the beach? Yeah, it's a beach tent. They specifically make tents for beaches. Cause it's shaded. And it's like specifically made so that it stays nice and cool inside of the tent. It's really good. Yeah, plus you get like a little bit of privacy. Cause like if you're changing into like a swimsuit or something, you can just be in the tent rather than like in the elements. I've seen plenty of tents at the beach. See? Yeah! Beach tents are common in the States, yeah. They're pretty common here as well. And like, so is like windbreakers. Where you can have little things for the wind where it doesn't crash into you as much. Which is very nice. Weird looks versus weird looks when your skin is the same shade as your model's hair. No! I'm gonna come back and I am just gonna be pink all over. Make sure to wear plenty of sunscreen. I will! I will. I can't really go outside anymore without sun cream. I think like, I got sunstroke the other week when I went outside to do stuff, which like, was such a weird experience. Because I had so much sun cream on. I didn't burn at all. And so the universe just went, aha, you were prepared for one thing, but you can't get away that easily. So it gave me sunstroke. Which is so bizarre, because I like did stuff in the sun, and then I like went out to eat. I was in the shade. I was well hydrated. Yeah. I was doing so well. I did everything in my capacity to make sure that I didn't have any adverse reactions to things. And then the universe went, no, 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 no. That's not how this works, Amora. Yeah, I had a hat. I had sun cream on. I was well hydrated. I was staying in the shade as much as possible. I was well fed. I had everything going in my way. And they just decided no. Rolled a nat 1. Sometimes the universe just decides that things are going to happen to you no matter what you do. And you still got sunstroke? I got really unlucky. Nat 1 on Dex. Wouldn't it be Nat 1 on Constitution? I feel like a Nat 1 on Constitution is probably more likely with that one. I couldn't constitute the sun. Yeah. Dex implies that you could dodge the sun. It kind of does. It kind of does imply that I can just like whoosh, 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 and like be able to get away from the power of light and heat. Toho players be like me memorizing the attack patterns of the sun. So I will do my best to make sure that I'm okay now. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna hydrate more. I'm gonna wear more sun cream. I'm gonna have a bigger hat, maybe. We'll see. That's what the umbrella is for. Is the umbrella just a larger form of a hat? Can you imagine me in like a cute sun hat though? I'd like a cute sun hat. Comically large hat. I want a comically large hat. Just a really large hat. Solution, just get a sombrero. I feel like that would actually work though. Large hat. See, you wearing a bucket hat though? Bucket hats are good. I've worn bucket hats before. Where it would look great in a large hat. I feel like me a very, very oversized hat would be good. I always like big hats on Vtuber models. Any model that has a big hat is automatically a 10 out of 10 design for me. It's so good. I love it so much. Need one of the umbrella hats that the slimes wear in Terraria. Just like the little... to like glide down places, maybe. Okay, you can't get EP, Amora. You're not allowed to be EP. You're not allowed to be EP, Amora. You have things to do. You have things to do and places to go and errands to run. Amora Poppins. Yeah, I come cascading down from the sky. How are you so EP so early? I'm always EP. That's just how being EP works. time is it, in fact? Oh, okay. I gotta go. I gotta go do many things. I gotta go have errands and such to run. I gotta go do things. Thank you for coming, everybody. I will see you all tomorrow. I'm not sure what I will be doing. Something will be happening at some point or another. However, have a good rest of your day. Have a good evening. Have a good morning, wherever you are. Have a lovely time. Have good snack, good all of the things. I will see you all soon. I am gonna be raiding into MIRRI. I'm gonna redirect into MIRRI and her birthday because it's her birthday. Is this the one? MIRRI, all of your things are the same thumbnail, so I can't tell which is which. Is it Hairglove is the one? I think it's Hairglove. June 1st at 5 PM. Okay. In an hour, MIRRI is gonna be streaming. It's her birthday. Make sure that you tell her happy birthday from me. You have like an hour before that. I am gonna be in chat for a little bit at some point or another throughout the days. I don't know. I sent her a snack parcel. I sent her a parcel that has a bunch of snacks and stuff in it. I don't know if that'll turn up for her birthday. Even if it doesn't turn up for her birthday, she can probably open it in another stream. However, yeah, I will be around for a little bit during that as well. Okay. Have a lovely evening, everybody. Have a lovely morning. Go get some drinks. Go get some snacks. And I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you for coming, everybody. Bye-bye.